This 1999 South African 1 Rand coin was born in the aftermath of a nation transforming itself. The shadows of apartheid had lifted, and South Africa was stepping into a new dawn. With its identity recast, its people reconnected. The coins minted in those years were more than currency checks. They were symbols, tokens of change, of hope, of continuity. The Springbok inspiring national parks and sporting victories. The familiar rim, the feel, the sound of these coins in your wallet every day until something catches your eye. Most 1 Rand coins from that era are familiar. They bear the familiar Springbok antelope, leaping light across the face of the coin, the standard lettering, the standard font, standard spacing. They are passed from hand to hand, in shops, in buses, in boots of cars, in change given by friendly cashiers. They are part of daily life, and few give them a second glance. Fewer still think about what made each one unique, what imperfections might slip through the minting process, or what design variances might exist. And yet they do. Slight differences. The curl of the antelope's horn, the slenderness of the legs, the shape of the grass under its hooves. The weight of the coin. Sometimes a fraction heavier, sometimes a fraction lighter. The gap between the letters in 1 Rand. The curl of the R. Some coins were struck a little off-center. Some dies wore unevenly. Some edges are smoother, some rougher, some rims wider, some narrower. Some embossing sharper, others softer. These differences are the birthmarks of variation, the fingerprints of rarity. The mint in Pretoria, the strike force of the dies, the metal alloy consistency on that very day, all contributed. Imagine a collector who has been combing through hundreds, thousands of these coins. Imagine peering through a magnifying glass at precisely where the grass meets the Springbok's hoof. Imagine comparing the curve of the antelope's back against known standards. To a collector, these are not imperfections. They are clues. Each variation tells a story. This coin was struck early in the production run before wear. This one was struck when a die crack had begun. That one was struck when the alloy was purer, when less copper had tarnished, when the metal shone brighter. As time passes, tarnish sets in, the silver gray of the nickel, the dull warmth of the copper. Yet when polished or restored with care, certain coins still show glints of original mint polish. The strike strength matters too. Crisp details, fine grass lines, clear antelope features, and full raised edges are signs of quality minting and fewer coins like it. Most people never see these rarities. They see 1999 1 Rand. They see a Springbok, maybe the year, maybe the national motto or phrase, maybe South Africa or its translation. They see what they know. But deep down, there are fewer that have noticed small design adjustments mid-production. Maybe a change in the leaf pattern, maybe a subtle difference in the font weight, maybe the angle of 1 in 1999, maybe the spacing between the word 1 and Rand. Maybe the mint mark is slightly off, maybe a line on the rim slightly deeper. These are almost invisible to the untrained eye, but to someone who studies, someone who compares, these are everything. Think about the life cycle of a coin. It's minted, polished, struck, cooled. Travels to pockets, purses, counters, glove boxes. It gets rubbed, scratched, dropped. It gains patina, it acquires wear. Often, the most valuable coins are those that escaped heavy circulation, those kept in a collection, those that preserved their details. Maybe someone received one as change, then tucked it into a jar. Maybe someone kept one in a drawer and forgot about it. Then one day, someone cleaning books, someone sold their collection, someone emptied a jar to see what was inside, and saw a coin in better shape than most, with sharper details, with that stiffness in its raised rim, with a Springbok whose leap still looks fresh and alive. Rarity doesn't come just from design variation. It comes from condition. A coin in mint or near mint condition, uncirculated, free of nicks, dings, and wear, shines with an almost iridescent promise. Collectors chase those. They pay premiums, sometimes 10, 20, 50 times the value of worn coins, and sometimes more. When few exist in the high grades, the price climbs staggering. When someone offers one in proof-like condition, perhaps accidentally preserved, perhaps never used, the market flares. Auction houses, numismatic shows, online bidding wars, they escalate values. The small differences, the provenance, who owned it, when it was discovered, all feed into a narrative that makes the coin more than metal. It becomes history, memory, myth. Now picture a coin from 1999, guarded by time, preserved by neglect or care, showing one of those rare variations. Maybe the R in Rand tilts just so. Maybe the lines under the springbok's hooves are deeper. Maybe the grass blade nearest the antelope's rear leg has a distinct angle. Maybe the mint die had a flaw that caused a line across the rim. Something subtle but visible under light, under magnification. Something that makes it unlike most that were struck that year. Something that excites the collector's heart. Collectors love stories. They love provenance. They love the imagination. Who held this coin? Which pocket did it rattle in? Which cashier handed it over? Was it part of someone's weekly till before being lost in a drawer? Was it someone's keepsake? A coin from a trip? A souvenir? A token of youth? These stories give the coin personality. They give it emotional weight beyond metal. And when someone can document that story, when someone can say this coin came from this place, was found at this time, or belonged to that collection, it adds value. It transforms the coin into an artifact, not just a currency.